On this wonderful world of Disney, there's a little science.
Did you know that all problems in the world today come from human behavior?
A little beekeeping. A little championship skiing. And a lot of goofing around with Donald Duck. So pass the word. It's an hour of hilarious animated fun coming up next on the wonderful world of Disney.
Walt Disney presents The Wonderful World of Color.
And now, goofing around with Donald Duck.
Subject. Say, did you know that all problems in the world today come from human behavior? And that one of the biggest of these problems is square pegs in round holes? Unfortunately, human pegs come in the kookiest shapes. And some of them are pretty shapely, I'll tell you. But whatever the shape, each must fit his right place in life. Like this. And if it doesn't fit, use a bigger hammer. Here in the vocational guidance lab, the professor turns failures into instant success with aptitude testing. Just look at all the case history. Now let's see. Einstein, Marconi, Thomas Edison, Donald Duck, Rockefeller, Donald Duck? Ooh, that's right. My most sensational case history. My own nephew. But it was only a few months ago. He was sitting right over there. And I said to him, stop drifting. Settle down. Ooh, what am I saying? Stop being settled down and get out and do something. There must be something you can do.
I could.
You are going to take the famous Von Drake ABC test series. First, we analyze your IQ. All right? Stick out your eye and we look at your... No, that isn't what I meant. I mean, remove your hat. Now we connect the encephalo. We're going to connect the hair dryer directly with your brain. Ooh, good heavens, the brain of an Einstein.
I'm gonna get out of here.
Stop! Shame for you, running away with a brain like that. My boy, you owe it to all mankind to find out what you are a genius at. That's where test B comes in, my famous word association test. Now, here's how it works. I say man. And what do you say? Woman. That's logic. It's gonna get you in a lot of trouble, but it's logic. All right, here is your first word. Quick, what comes into your mind? What am I doing? I don't have to know how to say it. I'm the doctor. All right, I'm going to give you a little help. A, quick, what do you think of? Excellent. That's good enough. We quit while we're ahead. Now we proceed with test C, the amazing Professor Von Drake ink blot test. It reveals what is hidden in the subconscious mind and gives the final answer. The professor demonstrates. Ink, paper, now squirt, fold, unfold, and presto! We have a snapshot of what's on my mind. Woo! If that's what's on my mind, I'm in trouble.
Let me do it. Paper.
Help! I can't see. Where's Tessie? I can't see Tessie. Ooh, now I can see. How marvelous! My first ink blot test in living color. And all spelled out. Go west. Land of opportunity. Congratulations, young man. There, you see how easy it is to make nothing out of something? It means that you are going to be a genius raising bees out west. What a triumph for vocational guidance. And we're going to guide you right out of the door. Well, believe it or not, my nephew Donald made good. He started out with one hive, then another, until he was so full of hives, he didn't know where to scratch. But human behavior never sleeps. And the trouble started early one morning.
Good morning.
It was a clear case of obsessional neurosis, like when a bear has honey on his plate. Gimme there. Your hose, Mr. Duck.
No.
It's your hose. You take too many baths. All right. Now, the next human behavior problem we are going to discuss is sleep. Say, did you know that half the people in the world suffers from insomnia, while the other half can't sleep? And that 17% has hangnails, which has absolutely nothing whatsoever to do with this subject? Well, according to the greatest authority of all, Dr. Freud, and this is strictly off the cuff, sleep is incorporated into the daily frustrations of the fear syndrome that is complicated in turn by the wish fulfillment in sleep that brings about the frame of reference that causes all of the sickness in human behavior. And he said that, and I'm glad that he said that, because I don't know what he was talking about. But to cure insomnia, we must first understand what sleep is. You know that the professor has published a whole encyclopedia on the subject. But science has developed a much quicker way to get an answer. The Chinese fortune cookie, from which I quote, that's a beautiful definition. All right, now we know what Confucius said. Let's see what modern man, or myself, has to say about it. Now my research on this strange behavior disturbance shows that man spends 1/3 of his time in bed. Ever since man felt the need to sleep, he's had trouble sleeping. In the Dark Ages, man tried to sleep on bare stone. Seeking better methods, he tried hay. Gesundheit. The next great advance was wood, but the termites kept him away. And finally, he tried metal. We carefully consider every possibility, because science can leave nothing to chance. Only through constant effort and research can we come up with the final answer to man's insomnia problem. Sleep finally came to this poor, suffering insomniac. How lucky he called on us for help. So you see, science has found a way to cure insomnia. Now all he has to do is find a way to cure his headache. Hey, who's snoozing while the professor's giving a lecture down there? It's a... Ooh, how about that? That my own foot went to sleep. Ooh, shame on you snoring while your daddy is talking. What am I getting excited? It's not the first time that anyone snored during one of my lectures. As a matter of fact, I got probably one of the greatest collection of snores from an audience that anyone has ever seen. Became so popular, I had to put an album together called Snore Along with Ludwig. I would like you to hear one of the records for the album right now, would you? Now, don't jump to conclusions. All troubles don't come from human behavior. A lot of the troubles come from our culture. And you all know what a culture is. That's a whole bunch of bacteria. They is called virus. And here the professor has isolated a deadly strain called the fad virus. Now let's take a little closer look at it here with the microscope. Did you ever look in a drop of water? Ooh, the terrible things in it. This particular variety has infected the population today with a strange mania. Aqua mania or water nuts. Take any town, anywhere, because wherever you look, almost anybody is an aqua maniac. Now, here is a documented case history of a typical aqua maniac. I call him Mr. X. This is his home. But it wasn't always like this. Oh, no. Not so long ago, it was a well-kept dwelling. Promptly at 7:30 every morning, Mr. X said goodbye to his family. Bye-bye!
So long, Daddy.
And left for work. On he walked, claiming the exercise kept him fit. But this was not altogether true. You see, secretly, Mr. X used to walk by a place that sold boats.
Here comes Mr. X from out of nowhere, heading straight for the finish line. He's over. He's the winner. And will you listen to that crowd?
Well, what have we learned about human behavior so far? What? We have learned that man is full of neuroses, psychoses, obsessions, compulsions, frustrations, fads, foibles, phobias, and manias. Call this a behavior pattern? It's more like a kooky, crazy quilt is what. But don't get the professor wrong. Human behavior can be wonderful. Ooh, sometimes it makes me feel so lyrical, I could just sing about it. Just look at the world full of beauty and art. What man has created with hand and with heart. His glittering cities soar up to the skies. His homes and his gardens, a sight for sore eyes. His playgrounds and beaches, his freeways and parks, what wonders of beauty, what genius, what spark. Then why does he go and has to mess it all up? You ask me who's to blame? You want to know his name? He's the most obnoxious lug. I call him Litterbug.
Litterbug, shame on you. Look at the terrible things you do. Littering, cluttering every place. Moy, but it's disgraceful. Litterbug, where's your pride? Making a mess of the countryside. Spoiling and soiling each lovely view. Shame, oh shame on you. It really makes one wonder what kind of house you keep. On every tour, the world is your personal garbage heap. You thoughtless litterbug, don't you care? People must follow you everywhere, cleaning up places that you've gone to. Litterbug, oh shame on you. You litterbug, you.
Now, let's be honest with one another. I wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do it. But somebody is doing it, and the place is a real mess. The whole thing looks just terrible. And it is for them folks, which is none of us, that the professor has written this book. In the war that we wage against pests, modern science, of course, never rests. The mosquito, we are told, now is largely controlled through oil sprayed on swamps it infests. The boll weevil, relentlessly lusting, succumbs to a chemical dusting. And where the termite carouses, we fumigate houses with gases it finds most disgusting. Still, we have no cause to be smug. We've invented no poison nor drug to settle the score with one pest we abhor and contemptuously call Litterbug.
Kind of house you keep. On every tour, the world is your personal garbage heap.
You thoughtless litterbug, don't you care?
People must follow you everywhere, cleaning up places that you've gone to. Litterbug, shame on you.
Clutter. Picnics, tourists, bah! You doggone litterbugs. Can't you read signs? Oh, dear. Wait a minute. I'm the boss. Why should I clean up this mess? Humphrey, just look at that mess. Hump, old boy, go call the boys. I've got a big surprise for them.
Come on.
All right, boys. Now we're going to play a little game. Well, Hump, I'm truly sorry, but remember the rules.
Well, there you have the bare fact on human behavior. Don't forget what the professor has taught you. Well, I guess I won't need these notes any longer. Oops. Well, auf Wiedersehen.